ఓం శ్రీ గురుభ్యో నమః. హరి ఓం. శుద్ధస్ఫటిక సంకాశం శుద్ధవిద్యాప్రదాయకం శుద్ధం పూర్ణం చిదానందం సదాశివమహం శ్రయే. శంకారూపేణ మచ్చిత్తం పంకీకృతమభూద్యయ కిం కరీయస్య సా మాయా శంకరాచార్యమాశ్రయే. సదాశివసమారంభాం శంకరాచార్యమధ్యమాం అస్మదాచార్యపర్యంతాం వందే గురుపరంపరాం. భారతీ కరుణాపాత్రం భారతీ పదభూషణం భారతీ పదమారూఢం భారతీ తీర్థమాశ్రయే. విద్యావినయ సంపన్నం వీతరాగం వివేకినం వందే వేదాంత తత్వజ్ఞం విధుశేఖర భారతీం. మాలాసుధాకుంభ విబోధముద్ర విద్యావిరాజత్కరవారిజాతాం అపార కారుణ్యసుధాంబురాశిం శ్రీ శారదాంబాం ప్రణతోస్మి నిత్యం. ఓం వాసుదేవేంద్రయోగీంద్రం నత్వా జ్ఞానప్రదం గురుం ముముక్షూణాం హితార్థాయ తత్వబోధోభిధీయతే. Now the student is asking a question: what are the karmas? How many karmas are there? What types of karmas are there? Can you explain? For that, Guru is explaining there are three types of karmas. Agami, Sanchita, Prarabdha, Bedena. Trividani Santi. In this manner, there are three types of karmas. As I already told, karma means adrishta, punyam and papam. That is invisible punya papa, which are earned by the human being, is called karma in this context. So there are three types of karma. Now, in the previous class, we saw what is sanchita karma, what is agami karma, what is prarabdha karma. Now we have to see how these karmas will be applicable for a jnani. So that we will start. Jnanotpatyanantaram. First of all, the question asked by the student is agami karma kim. What is agami karma? For the jnani, we have to substitute, we have to supply this word. For the jnani, for the wise man, what is the agami karma? For which the Guru answers, Jnanotpat anantaram jnani dehakritam punyapapa rupam karma yadasti tad agami ityabhidiyate. The definition of agami karma will vary depending on whether a person is a jnani or an ajnani. In the case of ordinary people, ajnani, agami karma is punya papam acquired from the birth. Birth here means the person, he is capable of thinking on his own before doing any action, independently capable of acting, not as a baby, definitely. So from that point of time, whenever we start our deliberate actions, from that date the agami punya karma will start. Agami papam and punyam will start. Whatever is accumulated in the previous janmas is called sanchita karma, which we have already seen. They will come under sanchitam. In the case of a jnani, there is a slight difference. Jnani's agami starts from his jnanam time. That is, after gaining the self knowledge, whatever the karma he does is called agami karma, and up to the time of obtaining jnanam will be clubbed with sanchita karma in the case of jnani. In the case of jnani, therefore, the cutoff time is obtaining the jnana time. So, the moment he gets jnanam without any doubt that I am Brahman, that knowledge is very firm and he is abiding in that jnanam, from that day onwards, whatever he does will be called agami karma, and whatever the punyam and papam he earns through agami karma will be called agami punya papam. Whereas in the case of an ajnani, the cut-off time is janma, the date from which he will start doing actions deliberately. In the case of a jnani, the cut-off time is jnana time, after he obtains jnanam. Therefore, jnanotpatti anantaram, after gaining this self-knowledge, punya papa rupam karma, all the good and bad actions, jnani deha kritam, this is very important word, done by the body of a jnani. He says all actions done by the body of a jnani and not done by the jnani. You know, this is very important distinction. Because jnani does not look upon himself as a complex of body, mind, sense organs. He looks upon himself as only Atma. Therefore, whatever the actions done by the jnani belongs to the body, mind, sense complex. Therefore, whatever is done by the jnani's body will be called as agami karma. Yadasti. Therefore, whatever the karma done by the body of the jnani will be called agami karma. Tad agami it abhidiyate. That is called agami karma. This is the definition of agami karma of a jnani. What will happen to agami karma of a jnani, which we will see later, will be explained by the author little later. Then next question is sanchitam karma kim. What is sanchita karma of a jnani? For which the Guru answers, Anantakoti janmanam bija bhutam sat yat karma jatam purvarjitam tishtati tat sanchitam jneyam. That is, yat karma jatam purvajitam tishtati. Whatever punya papa acquired in the previous, in all past janmas, will be called sanchitam. Even a jnani had previous janma. Because of that only he is born in this janma. Not only done in the past janmas for a jnani, but done in this janma from the date of his birth until he gets knowledge, which we saw just few minutes back, correct? Up to the attainment of jnanam. So a jnani's sanchita karma will include not only the actions done in all the past janmas put together, it will also include the punyam and papam done in this current janma up to the time of obtaining self-knowledge. This is sanchita karmam of a jnani. What about ajnani? It is very simple. He has not got the jnanam. Therefore, this small definition is not applicable to ajnani. For an ajnani, sanchita karma will be accumulation of all the past punyam, papam accumulated over the past previous janmas. All the previous janmas accumulated together. In this janma, whatever he does, ajnani, as far as ajnani is concerned, it will be agami karma. So this is a slight distinction between jnani's sanchita karma and an ajnani's sanchita karma. So all the karmas accumulated in the past janmas plus done in this janma up to jnana prapti, and which is the what this is the cause for innumerable future janmas generally, or which is the seed for future janma. Bija bhutam, which is the seed for all the future janmas. This is what karmas we do in this janma plus the sanchita karma is the bijam for all the future janmas. Ananta kodi janmanam, for countless crores of future janmas. We don't know how many future janmas we are going to take. It is not known to us at all. Therefore, the author says, Ananta kodi janmanam, purvarjitam, accumulated in the past, both immediate past and the remote past. Yattishtati sat sanchitam jneyam. All that past punya papam bundles is called sanchitam. So, are we clear in this? As far as an ajnani is concerned, Sanchita karma will be punya papam accumulated over all the past janmas. As far as the jnani is concerned, papa punyam acquired in all the previous janmas plus the papa punyam acquired in this janma until the jnana prapti, until the time he acquires jnanam. That's it. Then the last one is prarabdham karma kim iti chet. What is prarabdha karma? For which Guru answers, idam shariram utpadya ihaloke eva sukha dukkhadi praptam yat karma tat prarabdham. And also, bhogena nashtam bhavati prarabdha karmanam bhogadeva kshaya iti. This is the definition of prarabdha karma, which is the same for ajnani as well as ajnani. Whatever part of sanchita which is fructified and which has already started yielding results is prarabdha karma. That we have already seen. Therefore, there is no difference between prarabdha karma as far as in the case of jnani as well as the ajnani. Both are same. Idam shariram utpadya, the punya papa which decides your date of birth, which decides your place of birth, parentage, what type of body, whether you are a male or a female, healthy body or unhealthy body, and at what point of time you will get some disease or you will continue to be a healthy body throughout your life. All these are determined by the prarabdha karma. Not by God, not by anybody else, by our own prarabdha karma. The type ihaloke eva, the two in this world where we are born, bhuloka prapti, in this world we are born. This is because of purva janma prarabdha karma. All this is just fructified. Purva janma pava punyam, which is already fructified, is called prarabdham. Why are we born here in India, in Madras, or in Bangalore, or in Karnataka, or Hyderabad, or any other place, any place? Which is all because of prarabdha karma. No one else is responsible. Only our prarabdha karma, our own karmas are responsible. Yet sukha dukkadi pradam, which gives both pleasurable and painful experiences. Without you are working for it directly. Because nobody will work directly for getting any problems. That is not possible. We all work only to get the best out of everything. But whatever we get immediately, which is drishtam, which we can experience, which we can see, is called drishtapalam. Our Shastram is talking only about adrishtapalam, adrishta punyam, adrishta papam. Because adrishta means invisible. We do not know by our sense of perception. Therefore, Shastra teaches us. Whatever you work for pleasure and get it, it will come under what? Which is agami palam, which we already know. But that which you get without your planning, without you working for it, it comes to you unasked for. Both punyam as well as papam is prarabdha palan. With this, the definition of three karma phalams are over. Hereafter, the author explains as to what will happen to all the three karmas of a jnani. First, he takes up prarabdha karma and says, bhogena nashtam bhavati. Prarabdham will have to be exhausted. There is no choice. One has to grow through his or her prarabdha, including that of a jnani. A jnani's body is also under the influence of his prarabdha karma. A jnani may suffer some disease, a jnani may go through some problems, either physical or mental problems also. We do not know. So it is all due to his prarabdha. But the advantage of a jnani is all these problems which we identify with our body, mind, sense complex and worry a lot. And our worry is only about our body, whereas for a jnani, it is like a dot. He is not worried about it at all. As far as he is concerned, it is as good as not existing. It is like stars in the bright sunlight. During the daytime, there are stars, but only thing is we are not able to see because the sun, power of the sun is so much. It shines so brightly. The brightness of stars is very dim, so we cannot see during the daytime. Similarly, for a jnani also, all these the pains and the problems experienced by the body mind sense complex is as good as not there at all. So he says prarabdha karmanam bhogadeva kshayaha. Prarabdha karma will have to be exhausted even in the case of a jnani. He has very much, that is, a jnani has a very firm knowledge. He has understood, he has claimed that I am stula sukshma karana sharirat vyatiriktaha avastatraya sakshi panchakosha vilakshanaha. All those explanations we saw in what is the definition of Atma. So he is able to claim that I am Atma. I am not body, mind, sense complex. Therefore, for him, all the problems relating to the body is not applicable. It doesn't affect him much. There will be pain, but he doesn't mind too much. He doesn't give so much importance to such pains of the body. He doesn't react to the prarabdha anubhava. Now, the second karma, sanchitam karma brahmaivahamiti nischaya atmaka jnanena nasyati. What will happen to sanchita karma? That is, all the punya papa acquired in all our past janmas plus the punya papam acquired in this janma until the jnana prati, until the time the jnani gets jnanam, is all called sanchita karma. What will happen to this sanchita karma of a jnani? This is the question. For which he says, sanchitam karma brahmaivahamiti nischaya atmaka jnanena nasyati. Nischaya atmaka jnanena, by the firm knowledge, brahmaiva ahamiti. What type of knowledge? Brahmaiva ahamiti. That is, I am Brahman. This knowledge is very firm in him. And this is the great benefit of self-knowledge. Is so powerful. That is the power, the strength of self-knowledge is so powerful that it can destroy, it will destroy all the sanchita karma the moment a jnani gets the firm knowledge that I am Atma, I am not bound by this body, mind, sense complex, and all consequential impact relating to body, mind, sense complex only. It will not affect myself who is pure Brahman or Atma. As this, all the sanchita karma are nashyati, destroyed, just as all the cancerous cells are burnt by radiation therapy. So this radiation, the radiation is so powerful that it can destroy all cancerous cells. How do you know? People tell. The people who are suffering from cancer and who have come out of cancer, they say that all this, they are surviving because they are able to survive because this radioactive cells, this radiation power is so much that it is able to destroy all the cancerous cells. It has so much of power. Can we use a torchlight to burn all these cancerous cells? It is not possible at all. Torchlight is of no use for burning the cancerous cells. It will be useful for making the place bright, that much, a dark place bright, that much. That is the use of torchlight. Whereas the use of radiation is so powerful that it can burn cancerous cells. Similarly, the knowledge that I am Brahman, self-knowledge, is so powerful, it has the capacity to destroy all the karmas, that is Our papam and punyam muta, it is a very, very big bag. Accumulated because it is accumulated over all our past janmas. So, sanchita karma is destroyed. It is burnt. And prarabdham is exhausted. Therefore, only one karma we have. What is that? Agami karma. For a jnani. Agami karma bhi jnanena nashyati. Kincha agami karmanam nalini dalagata jalavat jnaninam sambandha nasti. Agami karma bhi jnanena nashyati. The self-knowledge destroys agami karma also. What do you mean by destroying agami karma? Actually speaking, there is no agami karma for a jnani. Because the moment a jnani obtains this self-knowledge, whatever he does is only for loka sankarahartam. He is not doing with the kartrutvam that I am doing for so and so benefit. He is not doing with the intention that I am doing. That ego is not there. He does not identify himself with the body, mind, self complex. That is why he is called jnani. So, does not have any ego at all. He does not have deha abhimanam. So, the world may praise him. He is not bothered about it. He will just ignore it. Or some people may mock at him. They may hurt him. Still, he is not worried about that. He is not bothered about it because he doesn't have any deha abhimana. Therefore, the author says, agami karmanam jnaninam sambandha nasti. Jnani does not have any identification with the karmas and also the result of karmas done after the jnanam. Like what? It is like what? Water on the lotus leaves. You may see the drops of water on the lotus leaves, but these water drops cannot wet the lotus leaf. It will be there, but it cannot wet. Like nalini dalam means lotus leaf, jalam means water drops. You see the water drops on the leaf, but it is not wet. It cannot wet lotus leaf. Similarly, you will see the actions coming from a jnani, but these actions do not have any sambandha with his body mind sense complex because he does not identify himself with body mind sense complex. Now, kincha ye jnaninam stuvanti bhajanti archayanti tan prati jnani kritam agami punyam gacchati. The author says, jnanis do not have ego, and therefore, whatever you treat, whatever way in which you treat a jnani, the jnanis are not going to reciprocate. They are not going to respond to your actions, either positively or negatively. Therefore, one has to be very careful when relating to a jnani. Therefore, author gives a warning. See, these two sentences are a warning for people whenever they are dealing with a jnani. If you treat a jnani with prayerful attitude, with reverence, and you do all service to him, you will get benefits. On the other hand, if you do any papa karma, if you hurt a jnani, if you blame him, or if you do something which is not good for his body also, you will get all types of papam for you. So this is the crux of these two sentences. So he says, if a person, the other sentence is, ye jnaninam nindanti dvishanti dukkha pradanam kurvanti tan prati jnanikritam sarvam agami kriyamanam yadavachyam karma papatmakam tat gacchati. If a person ill-treats a jnani is not going to retaliate. He is not going to take revenge on you, on that person. He is not going to curse a person also, because he doesn't have dega abhimana. Therefore, a person may take advantage of that situation and he may abuse that jnani also. Therefore, the warning is given, if you ill-treat, hurt a jnani, all his papa karmas done in the past will get transferred to you. Once again, this should not be taken in the literal sense. The idea, the bottom line is, the person will get papam if he misbehaves with a jnani. It is simple. On the other hand, if you respect a jnani, revere a jnani, and you do all types of services to him, similarly, jnani is not going to reward. Jnani is not going to feel happy and is going to give you some boon so that you will become rich and all those. It's not going to happen. He does not take the reverence also to himself. Therefore, Bhagavan will reward you by transferring some of his punyams to you. This has to be taken as it should be, not literally. The idea is, worship of a jnani is good and insult to a jnani is bad. That's it. Ye jnaninam stuvanti bhajanti archayanti. Those who glorify, worship, do pujas, etc. for these people, jnanikritam agami punyam gacchati. Punya karma of a jnani will get transferred. So you may, there is, actually speaking, there is no agami punyam or papam for a jnani. We have already told he does not get punya papam because he doesn't identify himself with his body, mind, sense complex after he obtains the self-knowledge. So, there is a question of he doing any karma and getting papa and punyam. It is not going to happen. And whatever he does before the time he obtains this self-knowledge will belong to sanchita karma, which is burnt by his act, by his jnanam. Therefore, he doesn't have any punyam or papa for himself. That is the actual fact. But this is the warning given by the author just to caution the people who think that they can insult a jnani, who can injure a jnani, who can blame a jnani. Those who are going to do good things for a jnani, he will get some benefit. Bhagavan will give punyam. You don't worry whether the jnani's punyam will get transferred or not. Bhagavan will give you all good things. But the same Bhagavan will give you all types of problems also if you ill-treat a jnani. So this is the bottom line of this. Ye jnaninam nindanti, if one criticizes, dvishanti, hates, dukkha pradanam kurvanti, if a person hurts or injures a jnani, all agami karma of a jnani will get transferred to that particular person. Therefore, once again, these two sentences should not be taken in the literal sense. They are called arthavada vakyam in our shastram, not literal transference. In short, it is punyam to worship a jnani and it is papam to ill-treat a jnani. That's it. We will conclude. Tatha chatmavit samsaram tirtva brahmanandam ihaiva prapnoti tarati shokam atmavit iti shrutehe. Therefore, atmavit, the wise person, is free from all his sanchita karma. Agami karma will not get transferred to him, will not get affected. He will not get agami karma. He will avoid agami karma, and his prarabdha karma also will get exhausted. Since all the karmas are gone at the time of death of a jnani, there is no reason for his sukshma shariram or karana shariram to get rebirth. There is no punarjanma for him. He merges with the Lord. This is the essence of these statements, the explanation of which, the details of which we will see in the next class. Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om.